Home service business owner, you're probably leaving millions on the table by making this one mistake. What's the mistake? Not having an expert on your leadership team that's driving marketing and revenue. In this video, I'm breaking down what a fractional CMO actually is, how to know when it's time to bring one in, and why you might need one before you need more leads. If you run a $2 to $20 million home service business, plumbing, HVAC, electrical, pest control, roofing, and you're tired of guessing what's working in your marketing, managing vendors, worrying that you're flushing money down the toilet, you're in the right place. I'm Brennen, a revenue-focused fractional CMO for home service businesses specifically. I started and ran a web design and marketing agency for 10 years, and now I help home services build a scalable revenue machine that generates more leads, converts more jobs, and lowers customer acquisition costs. Schedule a 30-minute call with me to find out if you're a fit and get free advice. To most business owners, marketing is a black box. It feels like a lot of guessing, random tactics, crossed fingers. You don't really know what's working, the right numbers aren't being tracked, and that creates stress because every month feels like you're starting from zero. Have you said these things before? I'm not a marketing expert. I don't have time to manage marketing. Where should I spend more money? Agencies are hard to manage. How do I align my traditional marketing with my digital marketing? You might be feeling like there's no clear accountability for marketing ROI, like competitors are outpacing you. You're overwhelmed by tools, metrics, and conflicting advice. You're unsure how to scale marketing without wasting money. Maybe you're worried that leads and revenue are slipping through the cracks. You double down on a channel that might not be working, or you pause something that just started to produce. You're flying blind and you don't even know it. This is where a fractional CMO comes in. So what exactly is a fractional CMO? You may have not heard the term fractional before, but it just means part-time. And this is big in B2B software, enterprise, where they're bringing in experts, executive level experts, into their business on leadership part-time because they can't afford to have a full-time employee. And so a fractional CMO is a part-time chief marketing officer. Not a random consultant. It's someone who sits on your leadership team. There's a point of when you're scaling a business where you need expert level guidance. They own your marketing outcomes without the $300K a year price tag. A good one will look at your entire revenue machine, so your marketing, your sales, your customer service, look at lead gen to follow up, from ads to sale process, and find where you're bleeding money and where you're leaving jobs on the table, fix what's broken, tie it all together so it actually grows your revenue. Most agencies are focused on lead gen. It's not their job to make sure your CSRs are answering the phone or handling the call well, or if your sales guy's quoting right, or if your CRM looks like a landfill. I do. Because I've seen what happens when good companies stall out or go backwards, not because they didn't have the leads, but because they didn't have the marketing and revenue operations in place. Why does this matter? Because most owners are great at their craft, but don't want to deal with marketing and it's outside of their expertise. Because you've got vendors sending you reports, but no one telling you what's actually working. Because your CSR missed 3 calls last Friday and nobody's tracking that. Because your CRM has 5,000 old leads and they're just sitting in there. You need someone who understands marketing, sales, customer service, ties it all together to grow revenue. That's what I do. Most home service companies are operating off gut and basic revenue reports or siloed data from their CRM or ad platform. Most don't have a lead problem, they have a follow-up problem, a training problem, a tracking problem. You need to start measuring the numbers that matter. Revenue closed, total leads, leads by channel, appointments booked, total and by channel, appointments run, open estimates, total and new created, average ticket size, close rate, overall and by channel, ad spend by channel, CAC by channel, percentage of missed or abandoned calls returned within 1 minute. Speed to lead metrics. These are the numbers that tell you where you're leaking revenue and what to fix. So here's how to know if you're ready for a fractional CMO. In the next screen, I'm going to pull up a graphic that breaks down the different stages. What you need from a CMO can change drastically depending on what stage of business you're in. So I'm going to lay out 3 stages. You got 2 to 5 million, you got 5 to 15 million, you got 15 to 25. Let's talk about what those look like. This is the bottleneck breakers. So the mindset, we're growing, but I'm still in everything. So the owner, still in sales, dispatch, managing marketing vendors, all the vendors. There's no real marketing system in place. Leads are coming in, but there's a lot of missed opportunities. CRM underutilized, total mess. Largely not a ton of reporting, going off of a lot of gut feel and just those type of things. What do you need from a fractional CMO? You get a multi-channel marketing plan. Fix some lead to job systems with CSR, CRM automations, follow-ups, 90-day plan to increase book jobs without spending more on ads. Short-term engagement or fixed scope project is probably the best fit. Group 2, we've got the $5 to $15 million stage. We've got a team, but we're leaving money on the table. Common problems are no idea where jobs are coming from or what's making the phone ring. A good size ad budget, but inconsistent ROI. Marketing is happening, but feels disconnected from revenue. CSRs book jobs, but upsells, speed to lead are weak. Sales team closes okay, but there's still a lot left on the table. Data exists, but it's in silos. Owner wants to get out of the weeds, but can't delegate confidently. Team lacks clear accountability. What they could need from a fractional CMO and what they could get: a fractional CMO retainer, end-to-end revenue strategy, KPI dashboard and revenue reporting, agency and vendor oversight and accountability, lifecycle marketing, RevOps ownership, a weekly strategy execution. All of those things could really benefit. Now, if we go to group 3, we've got the 15 to 25 million plus stage. We're big, but we're still bleeding in a few places. So a couple common problems is they've got an internal team in place, but it still needs oversight. But trying to scale across many locations, current systems aren't keeping up. Things have scaled fast, but cracks are showing. You've got CRM, attribution, and tracking. Those are all okay. Sales team growth has outpaced systems. Need to expand to more channels and have a very smart marketing budget. Need leadership level insights and not just tasks being done. So where can the fractional CMO come into place? As a strategic advisor, interim marketing leader, systems for accountability, data and team coaching, RevOps overhaul, infrastructure and tracking, full funnel optimization, especially if there's multiple locations. Whether you're still in a truck or building a national brand, there's a point where marketing can no longer be treated like a line item. It has to be led like a division. And that's where I could come in. So here's a quick summary when you could potentially be a fit for fractional CMO. You're doing 2 to 20 million in revenue. You're spending at least $5,000 per month on marketing, but you're not sure where it's working. You've got a team. You might have a CSR, sales, maybe even office manager, but no one's really owning the full revenue machine. You want to grow, but you're maxed out running ops and putting out fires all day. You need better systems, tracking, and leadership, but hiring a full-time $300,000 marketing exec feels risky. And if you want to reach out and find out, schedule a call. Let me leave you with this. Who's tracking revenue from lead to close to repeat customers? Who's tracking that full cycle? And what are you doing about traditional marketing? Who owns that? Most agencies focus on digital. And how do you align your traditional with your digital marketing so that they work together? What about your CRM and your marketing technology? Are you using that to its full potential? CMO can help you grow exponentially by working alongside your vendors to make sure they are driving real results. If you don't know which marketing channels are driving the most revenue for you, if you don't know what customer acquisition cost is by channel, if you're not tracking your close rate by lead source, if you're spending money but can't tie it to a booked job and revenue, if you don't know where to spend more money, if you don't know how to hold vendors and other marketing people accountable to results, you need a CMO. And you can do this part-time, different hours, different engagements. I can come in and help you stop guessing and start measuring. Build real systems to generate more leads, convert more jobs, and lower your customer acquisition costs. I'm focused on building long-term revenue growth and profitability for companies, not just getting leads. No more guessing, no more trusting vendors blindly, no more wasted spend, just clarity. Bottom line, if you're spending money on marketing and you're not confident in the results, let's talk.